Hello, viewers, going live on August 10th, 2019. Lucy's laying here on my table. I'm just waiting on people to join me. So if you're watching this later, you may want to skip forward a few minutes. You know how on live streams, I always say hello to people as they come in. Lucy's laying here on the table. Oh, hello, Kathleen. Hi, Lori. Hi, Rohan. Hi, Maura, Mikhail, Kathy, Susan. Hi, Desiree, Cappy's mom. Hello. Hey, Debbie. Hello, Abby and Karen and Leanne and Lisa. Okay, I got to quit saying hello to everybody. I had to go live. Epstein is dead. Have you guys been seeing the news? Epstein is dead. So I wanted to get on here and go live. I had to move a personal reading in order to do it. So I thank the person who let me move his personal reading this morning so that I could go live. Good morning, everyone. Lucy laying here on the table, as you see. Let's see if I can get her to move out of the way a little bit. So, Epstein died. They're saying suicide. He was in a federal prison that Barr has control over. It's also the same prison that Manafort's in. So, found him unresponsive in his cell. They had taken him off suicide watch yesterday, like the day before. So that means there may not be video of what happened. If they kept him on suicide watch, they would have had cameras on him. And they also would have been checking him physically every 15 minutes. So they took him off suicide watch, and they took him off suicide watch as well as there were damning documents that were released from the court yesterday. So I want to see, was this suicide? Was this self-inflicted, or was this murder? As you guys know, I feel there's a lot of connection going back all the way to the Iran-Contra affair. With Barr, we know it goes back to his father, back when Epstein was in his 20s or 20 at that school. Epstein had connections to Adnan Khashoggi, and a lot of, that's the uncle of Jamal Khashoggi. His helicopter actually had a serial number on it that was a U.S. government issued serial number, like he had done work for the CIA or someone in the past. It was interesting. I don't know if any of you watch Amanda Ellis on her homepage. She put that the UK had a massive power outage right as this breaking news about Epstein was coming out. Now, Epstein had loaned money to Fergie, Prince Andrew's wife, when they separated and got divorced. So there's something weird going on in the UK. We may have to look at that. Like, was the power outage connected to this news on Epstein that they're the royal family's trying to keep it quiet? Yeah, Trump had bought Adnan Khashoggi's yacht at one time, but Adnan Khashoggi, he was the middleman in the Iran-Contra affair. He was the weapons guy. He was brought up in the testimonies and hearings, Ollie North and all those guys that testified. Barr's the one that got the pardons for everybody involved in the Iran-Contra affair. And I just feel like Barr's involved. So I want to look at what first was this self-inflicted. Pardon me, guys. I'm going to have to move Lucy. I know you guys love seeing her, but I got to have room to spread cards. She's had her morning walk this morning. Yeah, Dodi Fayed is a cousin of the Khashoggis. His mom was Adnan Khashoggi's sister, I believe, if I remember right. Yeah, I've been reading on Khashoggi, Adnan Khashoggi, all the way back to like December, January, feeling there was connections with Trump and Jamal and all this crap with Saudi Arabia and Russia. So let's just see. Epstein, was this suicide, or was this, did someone kill you? Ooh, there's a fight. There was a fight. I think he was killed. I don't think it was suicide. He was resting in his cell. The challenge is all the information from overseas, the bank information, the people he was involved with. At the root of this, a determined legal man like Barr. I feel Barr's energy on that. And got the messenger here in the past, the information that was starting to come out about who all Epstein was connected with. Epstein was basically defenseless, locked up in jail, locked up in prison. And here the future doing him in, the government doing him in. The loss, the mourning card. It had to do with his integration within the government too. Things that he had done for the government, who he worked with on dark money, things in the past that he did working with dark money. Yep, and they killed him. He wasn't going to be able to walk away from this. There's too much coming out. Yeah. There's all the money connections. There was no way they could get to calmer water, all the money connections. So I think this has something to do with William Barr. So let's read on William Barr. From what they were talking about a little bit on TV this morning on Morning Joy, there is a grand jury investigation, and so I want to read and make sure that they're going to continue with that, because they were saying they probably will because of all the connections. If there's a sex trafficking ring, they want to break it up, and we still have Ghislaine Maxwell out there floating around. Right, Leanne? Where's Maxwell? Maxwell's who introduced Prince Andrew to Epstein. So, the devil card keeps wanting to fall out. William Barr, did you have anything to do with Epstein's death? Manafort's in the same prison. I don't feel like Barr is as nervous about Manafort. I don't think he really cares what happens to him. It was Epstein. But I'll probably read on that too, just to make sure. Making Epstein an offer he didn't want. That implies to me Epstein did not want to die. He has not been trying to commit suicide. Money laundering. And the tower. Everything getting ready to blow up on the finances. Barr had a plan. He had a hidden agenda. There's Emperor Barr. Yeah, so he got the plan off the ground through the justice system in prison. Yeah, death. There was an inside man that Barr had an agreement with. There's an inside man who got this to happen. So even if Epstein did like hang himself or do something to kill himself, I think he's pushed into it. That's what I'm getting. Barr is totally involved. It's a feeling I get. This is, of course, my intuitive impressions, purely for entertainment purposes. So let's take a look as what are Barr's intentions with Manafort? My separation card just flipped out. He's trying to separate himself from Manafort. I don't think he really cares about Manafort. Yeah, he's going to let justice work on Manafort. He doesn't think anything else will come out around Manafort. Barr has anxiety about Manafort because of who Manafort knows. That's his challenge, like who Manafort had agreements with. Yeah, Manafort in trouble over money that he's taken, being the emissary. Barr's just kind of hanging on to what he's got. So this is like inaction. He's just kind of clinging to what he's got. It's inaction. So it's good news for Manafort. He's not going to get targeted. Barr thinks, Manafort, like there's too much smoke screen around him already. So, Manafort was the messenger with Russia, and he's already, having his world blow up. New beginnings in a court case. Yeah, so he's going to just let his hidden agenda with Manafort is just to let justice work because of his dealings overseas. So I don't feel like he's going to do anything to Manafort. Hey, everybody, it's just been joining me. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday morning. I had to... let's take a look, PJ. Is Barr under threat? Who's putting Barr up to this? The Chariot can be about travel, can be about success, can also be about trafficking. Barr's got a hidden agenda. People are seeking answers on Barr. They're asking too many questions. He had good news this morning with Epstein's passing. That was, crowning the reading sudden because he was worried Epstein would talk. He's doing treacherous things. He is a starring role in this. His fortune's about to change, and it's connected to all the money. Barr's going to be forced to leave, but who's asking questions? Barr's embattled, trying to defend himself. I can't get a... Yeah, he's trying to defend his work that he's done. I can't get who's putting Barr up to it. Wow. It's like, and with that high priestess right in the middle, this is a global work that Barr has been involved in. So I'm not getting if it's somebody in the government or somebody in a foreign land. It's like Spirit doesn't want me to know. It's going to remain secret for a little while. Who's putting Barr up to this? Okay. So is Barr in danger? I heard no. He's not in physical danger. His danger is information coming out, because Barr's got this winning at all costs, winning with dishonor. This is about dishonor, pulverizing your enemy, so to speak. This goes back a long time with Barr. So again, back to the 1980s. It's my gut feeling. Barr has been a go-between on money in a global situation. His hands are tied. He could end up going to jail over it. He's got the tower at the root of this. Things are about to blow up. Yeah, he could end up in jail. He could end up in jail in legal. He's going to have to defend his work, either in jail or testifying to Congress again. He's going to have to walk away because of dirty tricks he's done. So he's going to leave his role. Yeah, he's involved in dark money and money laundering too. So goes all the way to the White House. It's going to be a loss for Barr and the GOP when all this comes out. So I don't see that he's in danger from anything other than the financial information. The more it comes out, that's going to blow up Barr's world. He's going to have to leave. So I still feel like there's something really big coming out around mid-month. So more of Epstein's financial trails or something that's going to be tied back to 45. Somebody just asked, did Jamal Khashoggi know something about Epstein and Barr and every Epstein Barr? It's funny how those names go together well, right? Let's see, Jamal Khashoggi. I know Jamal, it felt like Jamal knew things about Jared Kushner. Did Jamal know things about Adnan Khashoggi and William Barr and Epstein? I just heard yes. Jamal, do you want to come up closer? I'm feeling Jamal Khashoggi with me. Do you want to come in closer and talk? He's talking about Epstein, as a rule, did not visit Saudi Arabia that often, but he did visit, and he visited Adnan Khashoggi. Saying Barr also had ties to the Russian mafia and the oligarchs. Khashoggi Jamal Khashoggi is saying that he had articles he had written, and some they've published since his death at the Washington Post. But he said there are more articles that they have not because they're waiting on a little more information to come out. Hey, Tarot's Apprentice, Mr. Johnny. I was just reading on Epstein and Barr after Epstein's death. I think Barr's involved for those who are joining late. That showed up in the cards. He was over that federal prison. He wanted Epstein silenced. He's not worried about Manafort. He's going to let the courts play out with Manafort. But Jamal Khashoggi feels like there are more articles he had written about Epstein and his connections to the Saudis. So he said, watch for those. Watch for those. There's going to be more articles released. Oh, hi, Auntie Beth. So as more court documents and evidence comes out, there's going to be some other articles they're going to release that were written by Jamal Khashoggi. It ties to the big money, to Jamal's uncle, Adnan Khashoggi, involved overseas. His challenge was to try to get justice because he knew they were watching him, and then the tower moment for him. He knew about the money laundering. He was getting ready to blow all that up. He knew about the trafficking too. Yeah, taking advantage of the impoverished, the young people. He knew it went all the way to the White House. Yeah, Jamal knew who in the Republican Party was also working on dark money. And then they did the swift action with Jamal and took him out. But he was getting ready to let America know what was going on. Yeah, then he was taken out. Thank you, Jamal. He's telling me to ask the cards if Trump knew he was going to be murdered. Johnny, I have to say your Ivanka reading for August had me in stitches. And Eric Trump. Ivanka needing a break. I hear prison's nice this time of year. Victory card just fell out. Here's the government involved and aware Khashoggi was going to be taken out. Yeah, Khashoggi was out in the cold because they knew he was waiting on some money information. And although his death came at the hands of overseas, put him to rest. More is going to come out in the courts about this. Investigators are going to find out who had agreements on taking Jamal Khashoggi out. There's going to be more coming up. Yeah, something from the past coming up again. There's going to be all new emotions around it. So, Putin also knew, was celebrating when Jamal was killed. Putin also knew. Jamal knew about the money from Russia. And then they stopped him. So, yeah, I think Trump knew about Jamal's death. I've been making notes of other things I wanted to read on. So hang on 1 second. I'm going to find my notes here. I want to read on Andrew McCabe, how his court case is going to go for being unlawfully fired, and Peter Strzok. I'll read on Andrew first for wrongful firing. Johnny, we have to do a video soon. I keep saying that, and then I forget to text you to see if you're up. So Andrew McCabe. Could be a little bit 50-50. Let's see here how his case is going to go. Yeah, here's the lawsuit going to court because he was robbed, basically, of his position. Yeah, robbed and forced out. There was a hidden agenda with it. Sword of truth on him. Sword of truth on it. I think it's going to be a little bit of a difficult journey for him. Something about his case is going to be a little bit difficult, but there's healing in it too. So I think he's going to win. It's all tied because the messenger here, he knew about Russia's involvement with the GOP, and it was their way of trying to shut up McCabe, in the White House. So they put him out in the cold. It's the court case for him is going to be a little bit of a battle. I think he's going to have some financial security from this, though. So it looks to me like new beginnings. He might end up getting his pension back, but it looks like it's going to be difficult for him. Let's look at Peter Strzok's. Yeah, Peter's. They released. Just like releasing emails and stuff, releasing his text messages, invasion of privacy. We'll look at Ghislaine Maxwell here in a second. I want to see if they bring her in. Let's look at Peter Strzok while I'm on the ex-FBI guys. Three of Wands, waiting on his ship to come in. Let's see if it does. Oh yeah, Peter's going to win. Peter's going to win easier. Victory card with that, something from the past coming up again. It was because of the government's world involvement in the world, Russia's, Saudis, everything. That's why they wanted rid of him, changed his fortunes in the past, but got victory sitting on him now. So he's going to get a settlement. He'll be sitting pretty financially, and be a little bit battle weary, but yeah, he's gonna bring up, who had agreements with who that betrayed our country, something from the past again coming up. So more info will probably come up in his court case about what he knew about Russia's involvement too. So let's look at Ghislaine Maxwell again. Is she gonna get brought into the US, or is Barr gonna try to stop her from? Johnny, you're reading on Maple Ink. I had never heard of them, so that was fascinating. You guys need to watch that if you haven't already. Ghislaine Maxwell. Now that Epstein's dead, what's going to happen to you? Are you going to get extradited to the US? Where is she? Is she back in the UK? Where is Ghislaine? Yeah, Johnny and I can't go live together. I wish YouTube would let us do it live. We have to do videos on Skype and then post them. So we're never live. I would love to go live with Johnny. I think that would be a hoot. Ghislaine Maxwell. Secrets, hidden agendas with her. She's overseas. Her challenge is her connection to the White House. And she's the foundation also of the Epstein case because she was the recruiter for him. I actually feel like she's kind of feeling victorious. Well, let me get rid of the troll. She's feeling victorious over Epstein's death. Like that, hoping that, but in the past, there's been illumination on her and her involvement. Sort of truth is sitting on her too. And, gifts of money here in the future. So she's messing around with Epstein's money. There's going to be more moneyed news coming out about her, trips and journeys. She's climbing to higher ground, though. She's sitting pretty financially, but she's battle weary. I'm not getting that they're going to bring her in. Her life has basically been suspended. I'm not getting they're going to bring her in and get her on trial here. I feel like she's going to get away with it. It's like they already know her involvement. The problem's getting her here. She might get away with it. If I got another troll. Auntie Beth, I just made you a moderator so you can just block trolls as they come in for me. Let's take a look at Brett Kavanaugh. The House has opened an investigation on him, on whether he committed perjury. hasn't been in the news big time because there's been so much other stuff going on, but it ties back to Senator Patrick Leahy from Vermont, one of our Democratic senators, documents that were stolen from him. And Brett, they suspect he lied about knowing anything about it, and also lied about interrogation tactics done on captured terrorists. So they have requested millions of documents from the National Archives and Records. All those documents they could not get before Kavanaugh's hearings. They have requested it and are getting them. So let's see, Brett Kavanaugh. From what I understand, the only thing they can do is force him to recuse himself from certain court cases on the Supreme Court. I don't think they can cause him to get thrown off the Supreme Court, but they could maybe raise something with the Bar Association and get him disbarred, which would throw him off the Supreme Court. Let's just see. Embarrass the crap out of him and force him to resign. What's going on with you, Brett Kavanaugh? What are we going to learn? Ooh, he's gambling again. I feel that in his energy. He's gambling again. He's got a gambling addiction. Plans and involvement with overseas. His fortunes are getting ready to change. He's trying, crowning the reading, he's trying to do business as usual, but he's got some things where he did take action in the past that he has knowledge of too. Swords are about knowledge. Foolish things he did in the past. Money news getting ready to come out on him also, so it looks like he might have taken some bribes. He's going to try to hang on to his seat, literally on the court. He's going to try to hang on to his seat, but there's going to be a lot of communication, a lot of information that's going to come out on him, and it's a big loss for him. His reputation is going to be tarnished. He's going to get an offer from the investigators, like go quietly or we're going to... Yeah, I feel like Nancy's team, like they're going to make him an offer from the investigation, break his little heart. Wah. Yeah, he's done some thievery. He's done thievery and taken money in the past. Gambling too, I feel on that. Yeah, he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. How's your baby doing, Brett? Is the baby born yet? Oh, Ace of Wands. Got a new beginning. Feels like a boy. Fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. He might be getting a divorce. That's my divorce card. Yeah, wife has her back turned to him now. He might be getting a divorce. I think the baby's here. So do I still have my moderator in the room? Auntie Beth, don't feel like you have to stay the whole time. I can make somebody else a moderator to help with the trolls. She has a lot of yard work to do today. Yeah, just let us know if you need to go. Let's see. Oh, Senator Chuck Grassley. He's the one that withheld all the documents from the Democrats during Kavanaugh's hearing. Thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, millions of documents and claimed executive privilege and all that crap. So let's see, Senator Chuck Grassley. Is Nadler and the Judiciary Subcommittee, are they going to investigate you? Old man Grassley, is your ass grass? Ooh. Ooh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Justice sitting right on him because of people he was working with to hide these documents. Ties to the family inheritance. Yeah, this is him blocking everybody from the documents. Nancy's team sitting right on him. He's going to be investigated. Grassley took bribes. Surprise, surprise. He's a thief. He's a thief. He thought he got away with it. He's going to be trying to hang on now. Yeah, the arrows are going to fling right towards him. Put an end to Grassley. Grassley's going to be bye-bye. You know, guys, there are going to be so many politicians that get forced to resign or end up in court. I said way back in October or November in a reading, I said, I keep hearing it's going to be worse than the Nuremberg trials. The court cases are just going to go on forever. Okay, I want to read on the rule of law Republicans. They're running an ad about Trump and McConnell, putting pressure on them. The rule of law, it's Republicans not serving now. It's Republicans, people who are banding together, and they're running ads on Trump and McConnell, trying to force them to secure our elections for 2020. So I want to see if rule of law Republicans, are they going to get more Republicans and more people to put pressure on Trump and McConnell? And Turtle. They're basically, influential people that donate to the Republicans, but they don't like what's happening to the Republican Party. So they're putting pressure. They're running ads on Trump and McConnell right now, putting pressure on them to secure the elections, giving them crap, Moscow Mitch and stabbing them in the heart. The heart of the party is what I feel like, the heart of the Republican Party. Good news for the rule of law Republicans. Their challenge is to get this out there more. Some of their ads are running on Fox News. They're running on, I think, MSNBC, but they're running them on CNN and Fox News. Right now at the root of this is that McConnell is blocking Congress. People are donating to rule of law. And the other thing I feel is that they're threatening to withhold donations to the Republican Party until something is done. So they're making McConnell battle weary here and giving more power to Nancy. Yeah, climbing to higher ground, bringing to light more about the Mueller report and Russia's involvement. I was just asking how it's going to impact McConnell. That's going to hurt. They're going to watch how the election goes. They're going to watch how the election goes to make sure that things are done. Oh, interesting, Johnny. Will the rule of law Republicans put forth a candidate? Will they have a Republican candidate that they endorse? To run against Trump? Or put forth a more honest candidate that's not got ties to Russia? Ooh, something's getting ready to change. Here's the government. Their challenge is to find an honest person, basically, sort of truth. The challenge of the truth coming out about it, all the people, like they're kind of waiting to see who's clean, who's going to be clean, who's going to be untarnished from all this. There's a lot of Republicans that are already walking away because of the Mueller report and Russia's involvement. There's more that are going to walk away too. I read on that the other day. I feel like there's going to be 3 more. There's going to be more that are retiring. Yep, I think they've got somebody they'll put forward, somebody they have an agreement with that they like. Somebody that uses better judgment, and probably somebody they've known from the past. Yep, they'll have an agreement, somebody they like. So yes, they will put forward a candidate. I feel like they haven't come forward yet. Let's see. Is there anything else? Somebody was talking to me about Ivanka's sex tape, about how Trump tried to get her to do a tape like Paris Hilton did, and if that was true. I'm like, okay, so let's end with something seedy, right? Something kind of lighthearted. Ivanka, did your dad try to get you to do a sex tape like Paris Hilton? And by the way, don't Google that, because, oh my God, the images, there's so many Photoshopped images that are just nasty. It's awful. I made the mistake of Googling that, trying to see if there are sleazy, like tabloid, like papers that have been writing about this. Yeah, Johnny, it's like, I haven't seen a reputable newspaper talk about it. We'll read on Ivanka. And, okay, Alex, I'll take a look if Trump's still leaving, because I still feel like there's big breaking news. Ivanka, did your dad try to get you to do a sex tape like Paris Hilton? Trump thinks, bad publicity is as good as good publicity. So I'm sure he thought, she's a woman, she can just do a sex tape and that'll get her some fame. It was a flashing thought he had, like most of his thoughts. It was like a spur of the moment thought, is what I'm getting. Yeah, because he sees Ivanka differently than his other kids. He views her differently. His challenge is to get all her wishes fulfilled. Got Sword of Truth right at the root of this. So I'd say yes, right at the root. The Empress here in the past, now she's a mother. So of course she's not going to do one right. Full crowning the reading. There he is, crowning the reading. It was his idea. He was almost victorious with a victory card. It was his idea, but he was almost victorious at getting her to do it. He was trying to get her to do it while she was traveling away, like on a trip somewhere. But there was an input to it, and it didn't happen. Trump's imbalanced. We know that he's not balanced. Yeah, he tried to get her to do it on a trip for financial security. We're going to hear more about this from it happened somewhere outside of the U.S. I feel like it was like she was traveling overseas. I'm asking. Obviously, I don't feel like it was with Jared. I feel like she was younger when he tried to put her up to this. Yeah, somebody's gonna find out more of the hidden agenda behind that. Okay, so we'll close with: is Trump still? If he's not leaving in August, I feel like something big is coming out that will cause him to leave, like shortly thereafter. So I'm just going to ask my guides with my pendulum, then we'll go to the cards, anchor my elbow. Will Trump be leaving by the end of August 2019 from his presidency? I'm getting a yes. I always like to ask. So, Trump, what is coming out that's going to get you to leave? They're getting bank info in the House. Epstein's documents, they're getting all his financial stuff together. What's coming out that's going to force you to go? Something from overseas. He's going to be in battle because of something the investigators are going to uncover. Has to do with his family money and how he's used the government to get money. May also have to do with sex trafficking here. I'm feeling Epstein on that. They're gonna make him an offer to go quietly. Yep, there's major illumination put on his finances. We've got the courts also. Yeah, courts are going to stab him in the heart. I want to ask real quick because they keep saying, federally they can't indict a sitting president. I want to ask, will the state of New York indict a sitting president and finally put that test to work? This will be my last spread, everybody. So, will the state of New York indict a sitting president? Looks like somebody might retire or retreat. Let's see. They're working on it. Trump may go before they have a chance to because of things the government is uncovering, government investigations. So the House, there's going to be illumination that causes him, to change a fortune. He goes. Celebration, of course, with that. the investigators are going to be victorious in getting him to go. I'm not getting that state of New York is going to have to test that. Yeah, they will indict him later. They'll be successful at indicting him later, but I feel like Trump will be gone before they indict. So thank you guys for joining me. For those who didn't watch the beginning, weren't with me, I was reading on Epstein and William Barr, because Epstein was found in a federal prison that Barr is over. Was in the same federal prison that Manafort's in. You can go back and watch the readings, but I was getting that Barr definitely had something to do with Epstein stuff. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you to CJ for letting me move your personal reading this morning. I'm reading for him tonight. Oh, hey, Mystic. Did see you sneak in. Johnny, I've got readings today, but this evening or tomorrow, if you want to do a video together, if he's still in here, just text me when you've got time, and I'll try to hook up with you on Skype. We'll see what else comes out about Epstein, see what else we need to look at. Thank you, guys. I'm going to end there. Thank you, Auntie Beth, for being my my troll monitor. We'll see you guys in the next live stream. Bye. Have a good day.